what free stuff can a PT execute who's, like we said, not at a revenue stage right now where they can dedicate that 10% or whatever, or get 10,000 website views? Mm-hmm. What are like maybe 3 things that they could execute?
Okay, well, look, if they can... One thing, just a good landing page or a website. Okay, that will cost you a little bit of money, but you go to the Fivers for something like that.
Yep.
A good logo, go to a Fiverr. Okay, so it's not free, but it's just giving you a personality or an essence. So it doesn't have to be the perfect essence. It's just got to be an essence, so that when people go to you, there's something there.
I've just got to throw a reminder to all of our listeners that you can win both of those things if you just take a screenshot and share this story and tag us.
Yep.
Cool.
Get on it.
Do it, people.
free logo.
Do it, people.
Free logo, free startup
Yes,
pack.
exactly.
Heaps of value.
Yeah. And free advertising. Do that all the time.
Yeah.
If you're use your affiliates.
Yeah.
You know, say, I'm a startup. Help me, mate.
Yeah.
You know, try to help me spread the word. Get all of that out.
Yeah.
That's a thing that we really lacked early.
Yeah, it's just those
We
networks.
were so internal. We didn't network. We didn't do affiliate stuff. We didn't do any of that. It's only now we're like, oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was one of the 5 areas we really, one of 5 that we struggled with.
Yeah.
Well,
So, sorry, we've got a question before we kind of go ahead with the website thing.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 months ago, we were telling personal trainers like leadpages.com, have a YouTube link, have links in your link tree to go to other places.
Yep.
And that's really sort of it. I think lockdowns raised the standard of what everyone had.
Yes.
So now I'm sort of like, I think a website's actually really valuable, and you probably need that, particularly in the online space now. Yeah. Maybe you can get away with it face-to-face, but I think it's
not
still
if you want to be on
beneficial.
the online space.
Correct, yeah. So you think that's a vital piece of the...
I think so, because your social media has to have somewhere to go. Your YouTube has to have somewhere to go. Your Facebook has to have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
So, and then talking about the free stuff is doing your own YouTube, doing your own Facebook posts, making sure... One of the biggest mistakes that people make is just check your work before you post it. You know, check your spelling.
Lol, Ben.
Grammarly saving Ben's life at the moment.
And, you know, do posts. Set them up. They're all free, you know. Posting's free. Go for it. And one of the beauties about, I think, being an Australian and being a startup is everybody likes to help each other. So if somebody's doing okay, they will help somebody. So don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to go, listen, I need help here.
Yeah.
Can you do this for me?
Yeah.
And most people will say yes.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit, like, I know Ben and I at the start was a little bit of ego in, like, you know, not wanting to ask for help.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh, we'll figure it out. And then it's just like how long have we been doing
Wasted
this for?
so much
You know
time.
what I mean? It's just like, it's just wasted time when you just, like, you know, take the ego death and just go and approach people that have just lived, you know, they're a little bit further down the road than you. And you can just leverage their experience and their mistakes.
Yeah.
And not to say you won't make mistakes, but you'll just make less. And you'll be on a much better path.
Yep. And then know who are business people as well and go, okay, sell my three course training. You take the first one. Okay, I'll just take the last 2. You take that $1. Because I'm so confident in myself that I know after 3 times with these people, I'll be able, they're going to want to sign up for another 10 or something like that.
Yep.
So, you know, look at what you can offer people as well. So if you don't want to be the type of people that take all the time, then, okay, well, what can I do for them?
Yeah. I think that's a good thing to do in our space is, like, you got to give, you got to show.
Yeah.
You got to nurture your audience.
Exactly.
And it will come around and serve you later.
Field of dreams.
Yeah.
Even with that, like we talked about the affiliates, we got asked that at the workshop on the weekend, like, oh, how did you create this affiliation? It's like, well, we had value.
Yes.
We had something we could give them.
Yeah, yes. It's an exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is all the stuff, I guess, when you're in the trenches and all of you're thinking about is like, I'm going to create that viral piece of content that sends it, like we talked about Mary before, like that sends me to 80,000 followers and I'll sell out overnight. But it's, the more we've had this conversation today, the actually better I feel of like all this time that felt wasted.
Yeah,
there's so many lessons, so much improvement of quality, improvement of message, improvement of all of this, plus we've now got access to all of these people that we've spoken to, all this brand exposure, all this whatever. And it's like, oh, Jace, we didn't ruin it.
No, you didn't.
Well, it's kind of disappointing now because we kind of use it as a really good pitch in our.
We've done all the mistakes.
We fucked it up. We fucked it up for 8 years. Well, guess what, guys? We didn't.
We've just nailed it.
Just putting 8 years back into perspective for us.
But I think another really important takeaway from today is like the speed of which things move.
Oh, yes.
Like the average personal training career is 6 months, maybe a year. So, like, we joke all the time that we're dinosaurs in our industry. At 33, it's like, what are you still doing here? You're welcome again, Jace. But just like, we went to I won't name it, but we went to a 3-day weekend that cost us a fortune, like 2018, and came back with pretty much, honestly, like the strategy we're using now is almost what we learned. It's pretty close.
Okay.
But we weren't told if you want a $1 million revenue, you're going to have to put 90 grand in the next 12 months. Like, we weren't communicated that. We weren't communicated.
You weren't
like,
given the mathematics.
This is going to take a long time. This is going to take whatever. And we were like, cool, we've got a $5,000 budget. Let's go. And we did it for 4 weeks, and we're like, okay, now we've just broke. Like, and I've spoken to a lot of people that are like, never work with an agency. I tried it and I lost all my money. Blah blah blah. And it's like, what budget did you start with? Probably not enough. And then thinking, even when we create content, we do it. It's like, I'll build a website and then I'll have a full book, or I'll create content 3 times a week for a month and I'll have a full book. And they think that it's just going to come so much quicker than it is.
This.
Where it's so layered there's no predictability. It's so layered. It's so like, I guess like a little bit of predictability. Like you said, it's going to take this amount of time and this is what we can expect. And I think
it's way longer than people think though.
Yeah.
And you've got to have your foundations right. Like as we said before we started, it was like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Make sure where people are coming to is right.
Yeah.
That they're going to respond, that they're going to know what they're looking at. So it's evaluation before you even, clean your house up before inviting people over. And also just the planning behind it.
We cleaned this house up before you came.
Oh, I can see. I love the flowers.
It's like, let's chuck all the shit in the bedrooms
quickly.
3 men in a house for a week. Yeah. That's definitely not this clean all the time.
So is this an Airbnb?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's my biggest take home, and what I want to pass on to everyone that I speak to on this topic moving forwards is like, patient. Find a way to do your marketing that you like.
Yes.
So then you can be patient and continue to do it. Like, we would do the podcast regardless. We did 122 episodes with no sales.
Yeah.
Because it was fun.
Yeah, exactly. But the word of mouth is starting to get out there. You're gonna, the response is out there. You're getting more listeners. You're getting more watchers. It's engagement. It's happening. Yeah. So continue to do it.
Yeah. It's got to make sense too.